Hello, welcome back. This story is called The Cube of Rubik. It's another blazing hot day on planet Moon. Every sane alien is outside playing or cooling off in some form of paddling pool somewhere, but not everyone, it seems. Max and Lewis would love to be outside playing too, but Kimi has something amazing to show them. The only trouble is, it belongs to Kimi's dad, and they must wait for him to leave for work before getting a sneaky peek at what it is. All right, kids, I'm heading out, says Kimi's dad. Finally. I'll bring home some pizza with me for dinner. They all let out a little cheer, momentarily distracted from their objective by the P word, which is by far their favorite food. Have a nice day at work, Dad, says Kimi, as he kisses her on the head before gliding out of the back door, swinging it shut behind him. Kimi waits just a second longer for the sound of the gate to go at the bottom of the garden, just in case Dad comes flying back in to pick up his lunch or the key he has forgotten. It does happen quite often, but not this time. The coast is clear. Let's go. The three of them run through to the dining room where a mysterious tatty brown box sits on the table. Max and Lewis stare anxiously at the box, excited to see what's inside. So, my dad has this weird interest in history and old stuff, explains Kimi, gently peeling back the tape securing the box. And he recently found this at his amateur archaeology club. It's a real-life artefact from Earth. As carefully as she can, Kimi lowers the artifact onto the table, propping it up onto a little custom-made stand. The three of them stare at the dusty cube in awe. Each square side is made up of 9 smaller squares, all of the same color. There's a red side, a blue side, and a yellow, orange, green, and white side, all making up the 6 sides of the cube. Wow! Exclaims Max. What is it? I'm not sure, answers Kimi. Experts call it the cube of Rubik. I think it's treasure. Wow, says Max and Lewis together. My dad says that most of the ones they have found have got all the colours jumbled up. You can move the squares around, but it's super rare to have one like this. Okay. I'm just saying, says Max, ponderously. What if there is a certain combination of colours you have to get and the cube will open, revealing a ruby or a diamond or something? You said so yourself, you think it's treasure. Maybe it's some kind of puzzle box and the treasure is hidden inside. Kimi stares at it, wondering. Could it have a jewel or some ancient goodie behind the coloured squares just waiting to be discovered? Well, it's worth a shot, she thinks, and she snaps up the cube. No, wait! That's a bad idea, interjects Lewis. But he's too late. Kimi has already started twisting the coloured side this way and that. It doesn't take long to jumble up those colours, does it? No wonder there aren't many cubes that are neat and tidy. But no matter how many turns and twists Kimi makes, nothing extraordinary seems to happen. I'm sure your dad and his friends at the archaeology club will find a way to open it, Kimi, if there is one, suggests Lewis. And if it is as rare as you say it is, maybe your dad wouldn't want us to be playing with it. Yeah, you're probably right, agrees Kimi, slightly dejected. She really wanted to find something special inside. I guess we should just put it back to how it was. Oh, but how exactly do we do that? All the colours are completely messed up and Kimi doesn't remember what moves she's made to undo it. She gives it a few more twisteroos to no avail. Uh-oh. Can I have a go? Asks Lewis. I'm not too bad at puzzles. No, you better let me have a go first, Lewis, interrupts Max apologetically. It once took you 4 hours to push your way out of Miss Tribble's supply cupboard when all you had to do was pull the door. We have to get this fixed before Kimmy's dad gets home. Lewis looks crestfallen, but Max is probably right. They don't want to get into trouble. So Lewis sits and watches Max and Kimi take turns trying and failing to fix the cube. If anything, they're making it worse. After a few solid hours of trying, Max concedes, "Well, there's nothing else for it. We'll just have to paint it." "Absolutely not," says Kimi firmly. "My dad would definitely know, and he'll kill us even more than he's already going to kill us for messing it up in the first place." Kimi holds her head in despair. "I'm going to take a break. This is making my brain hurt." "Good idea," agrees Max. "My circuits are overheating too. We can try again when they've cooled down a bit." And the two of them slump through to the living room to rest their brains and hard drives on the sofa, and to try and work out what they will tell Kimi's dad when he returns home from work. Suddenly, Lewis finds himself all alone in the dining room with the cube. Well, why not have a go? Maybe he can figure it out before the others come back, and he can show Kimi and Max that he can do puzzles too. Lewis gently picks up the cube from its cradle, taking his time to analyze the squares before making any rash moves. Perhaps there's a pattern hidden amongst the chaos of colors. Another good few hours pass, and Kimi and Max jump awake at the sound of Kimi's dad coming in through the door. "I'm home!" Oh no, they must have fallen asleep. Lewis, however, is sitting super chilled on the chair, looking quite happy with himself. He leans in to speak to the others, keeping his voice low. "Don't worry, guys. I figured it out." "What? You solved the puzzle?" Kimi asks anxiously. "Yep," replied Lewis with an air of triumph. "It took me a while to work out the pattern, but I eventually got it, and now it's all sorted and back in the box, so no need to worry. Your dad will never know." "Oh, way to go, Lewis," congratulates Max. "We should have never doubted you. You might have just saved our lives." Max and Kimi both let out a deep sigh of relief. But it doesn't last too long, however. A slightly angry voice comes calling through from the other room. "Kimi? Have you been playing with my Rubik's Cube?" Kimi and Max shoot Lewis a look, who is suddenly not feeling quite so smug now. Kimi calls back to her dad. No? What cube?" But Dad appears at the door to the living room with a stern look on his face. "Then how do you explain why it's all covered in this sweaty green poo?" "Lewis!" Max and Kimi say together. They are in big trouble now. Lewis starts to go red. "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's really hot today and my hands get clammy when I concentrate." But strangely, Kimi's dad doesn't seem mad at all. In fact, he's smiling. "Lewis, are you saying you figured out how to solve a Rubik's Cube all on your own?" Lewis nods. "That's incredible. Do you think you could do it again? And do you think you could teach me how to do it? Everyone at the archaeology club will be super jealous." "Yes, of course," Lewis replies, welcoming the sudden change of tone. He hops off the chair and follows Kimi's dad back through to the dining room, leaving the others behind. Max turns to Kimi, slightly confused. "What just happened? I thought we were doomed." But just as they were starting to think they were safe again, Dad's head pops back through the door. "Oh, and you too, washing up now. That will teach you to play with things that don't belong to you." "Aw, Dad!" And for the rest of the evening, Kimi and Max stand at the sink scrubbing dishes. In the other room, they can hear Lewis using his newfound talent to teach Kimi's dad the ancient arts of the cube of Rubik, laughing and eating pizza. That's certainly the last time they'll be touching any ancient artifacts from Earth, that's for sure. Having to do the dishes is one thing, But missing out on pizza, why, that's the worst punishment of all. The end. Well, that's it for today. See you again next time for another tale from Planet Moon. Goodbye.